G'day everyone, doing the Russell, Paul Stoner here, CEO Biggin and Scott, joined by Ed Hobbs today from our Richmond office, one of the directors there, and congratulations on Office of the Month.
October.
Shake my hand.
Yes, thank you, Paul. Very good.
Office of the Month. It was a huge month, so tell us a little bit about it.
Well, I think we sold the Office 46, which is a record-breaking month for us. I think it was over 50 mil in terms of amount sold, volume
I think it was
sold.
51
or something.
Yeah.
So and also I think it was a good team effort as well across the board. Alan did some good land sort of sales that have been there for a little bit. Emily did really well.
Yeah.
Joe's starting to kick goals now as well.
Now, so the interesting thing is Richmond hasn't just blown out of the box and there's heaps more stock available. You guys just seem to have the majority of it at the moment. So that comes as a result of working pretty hard. And I know you're very structured. So the others start stepping up, are they? Are they challenging?
Oh, there's real consistency across the office, and it's not. I mean, whilst it is our best month, it's we're nipping at the heels for a few others previously as well.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, my personal team, there's four of us: James, Ali, and Ben. And look, we've got some really good structure around systems and processes in place.
Yes.
You can't come in every day and say, "Hey, Ed, what do you want me to do today?" So we've got a whiteboard up. We follow the top 10 steps that Josh Biggin implemented at training. So everyone's got a really sort of clear objectives through the day. And then I think that Joe's starting to implement those as well. Emily's come up, and Phoebe, and they're looking at those as well. So I think it's starting to roll across through the office. And it gives everyone real structure through the day.
Well, and they can see, it rubs off on them. They walk around the office and see what everyone's doing and how controlled their diaries are. It's a great thing.
Yeah, so the whiteboard, so it's all visual for us. So you walk into our office, we've got our listing, sales and income. We've got our top 10 steps. We've got a countdown to 120 sales by the end of the year, hopefully. So everything's, it's like a big sort of visual notice board in our office.
So you know exactly where you're at.
Yeah, we do. Every sale gets ticked off. It's one step closer to our goal for the year.
Yeah. So what's happening with the Richmond market in general? All been good, or? Look,
it has been good, and you just touched on market share before, but we have probably picked up. I'm not sure if volume's massively increased.
No, it's not.
I think our portion of our market share's increased,
yeah,
which is good. So we're really sort of dominating that anywhere from those one-bedroom flats up to sort of the $2 million mark now, which is great. And we've through October, I think we're looking at about 50% market share. Yeah. Which is great. So some other our competitors are doing smaller one-bedrooms, two-bedroom apartments, and another one's sort of doing a couple of top-end stuff. But
so days on market has still been, obviously pretty good, 46 in a month. That's a lot of auctions, and then some bigger development sites probably still happening.
Yeah, lots of singles and double fronts that have been sold. Big Al, I think with Russell sold. Chris may be involved as well. Big block of land as well. And there's a November sale coming, which I'll talk about next week, which was a big $6 million sale they've done as well.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's been a couple of big key development sites, but also the bread and butters are single, double fronts. Yeah. Townhouses are doing really well as well. And but even at some of those newer apartments, which have been sluggish for a number of years, Emily and Phoebe have been selling those. Joe's getting involved now as well. So they're starting to turn and transact.
The apartment's always been strong, right? Do you have many downsizers wanting to come back into Richmond? So they sort of feel like they're living on the edge of town, near the G, and
just on the fringe into the sporty entertainment precinct.
Is there much of that going on?
Look, there is, but they're very selective. So they're only wanting single levels and things. So there's only a portion that does appeal to them. Like anything with two sets of stairs or three sets of stairs, unless there's an internal lift in a townhouse, it doesn't suit them. So they're looking more of a penthouse style apartment, which we've got in Trenary Crescent.
So we've got a bit of an opportunity here today to ask Ed about a few things, because Ed's one of our more dynamic teams and salespeople within the group, and isn't afraid to change things when there's a shift or something new comes in. So is there anything that you've noticed in the last 3 months that you've changed in your sequence per week? Have you had to make any adjustments to how things are being dealt with?
We're probably concentrated more on the top 10 steps than ever before. Yeah. Because with 4 in the team and even the cusp of the sales team coming in and getting some training, everyone's got to be super clear. Because as we know, so many things happen on a daily basis that if you're not structured and you've got a real mindset to what you need to do, you can get through the whole day and you sort of go home and go, wow, what happened today? Yeah. So there's a real focus on the top 10 steps. I mean, there's social media stuff now that we're doing consistently. with pretty much all of our properties. We're still, I mean, the abode's still great through the network to leverage off other buyers coming from different suburbs.
Yeah.
But look, marketing's premium, everything's premium across the board. The social media stuff, there's good coverage, and we've still got the abode, which is still really effective.
Yeah, and the videos, so you've started embracing the videos again. You had a little bit of a gap, but you're back in there.
Probably the last couple of years have been super consistent. So our team does a monthly market wrap, which is good. We normally pick a location, a particular property that's quite different, or something with the city view or something along those lines. But also do a fortnightly video with a local Richmond business. So Richmond Life, and that's getting a heap of likes and hits and so forth online. That's really good. In fact, we get more feedback on the Richmond Life because we're engaging with the local community. And then we're getting those businesses to hopefully share on their own social media pages. So that's working really well.
And that's so your core used to be Cremorne, but it'll be bigger than that now because you're doing the Richmond Life videos and so forth. So.
I've probably done 2 or 3 this year that have come out of Cremorne that just happen to be located in that little precinct. But the popularity of Cremorne in the last 10 years, from when I started, when you couldn't give a property away, it's gone through the roof.
It's transformed.
It's creative Cremorne now. We just sold a house on the weekend in Kelso Street, which backs onto the Epworth car park, which is going to be the new Seek development. So there's going to be 8 to 10 levels, and 800, 900,000 people coming to there, to that little location. So Cremorne's creative Cremorne, they call it now, the locals, has just gone out of control.
The whole area's out of control. And every time I sit down with Russell, I say, it's the Richmond is the new city. It's pretty much the city. People will have their lunches and dinners,
of it, isn't it?
And they walk in.
Walk in through the.
What are we expecting for the rest of November and December? Much more of the same.
It is. November's strong, and I think on December we've got 2nd, 9th, 16th. You'd be pretty game to auction on the 23rd, I reckon. But we're going to push all the way through to the 16th. I think we have a Christmas party in there on the 14th, which will be interesting. But I mean, you've got to maximise every auction weekend left for the year. So I think we've got, as an office, about 40 odd coming through for November in terms of listings, and then December we've probably got sort of 15 to 20, I think. As an office.
So which is interesting, and people are they're starting to realise that the market hasn't really shifted that much in Melbourne. So they haven't got much time left if they want to get on.
No, there's a bit
5 weeks.
There's a bit of a variance up in Sydney, isn't there? With starting to tighten the tad and clearance rates dropping a little bit. But I mean, if it comes down here, you just got to work your buyers a bit better and create better relationships with them as well. So there's a real advantage, I think, at times when there is a bit of a market shift, because a lot of agents who are little facilitators to a degree get caught out a little bit. So it's where all your skills and all your training comes into play, and you can separate out from the competitors.
So the message that I'm getting through here is, no one's falling through the cracks. Anybody they come into contact with, they deal with them. They're following the Josh processes for callbacks and so forth. And it's the process is the thing that's driving you guys. You know exactly what you're doing. And that's what we try to teach people. It's know what you're going to do and when, and do it.
And get in and do the work. And look, we... in fairness, have a hell of a lot of fun as well through the team, and a lot of laughs and a lot of social breakfasts and lunch and so forth. So, but if you get through the work, you can afford to take 15, 20 off and have a bit of a break and a bit of a laugh through the day.
And he's, I think he's actually beaten Russell. He talks a bit quicker than Russell now.
Who, me?
Yes.
Oh, do I? It's got a point in 15 minutes, hey?
Russell flies along.
Mate, two vowels.
Congratulations to the whole office. Congratulations to you and your team. I know it was a big month for the team personally, and I hope November and December are good to us, and might see you
at the
again.
end of the year and back in again in Feb.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for watching, everyone.